And so the next nakshatra is called Purva Phalguni. That's from 1320 Leo to 2639 Purva Phalguni. And Purva Phalguni is related to the god called Bhagha, the god of delight. So it's good to be the king. It's delightful, you have a lot of power, and you delight in having that power. But what you do with the power is really what determines whether or not the kingdom flourishes or the king flourishes. It's better when the kingdom flourishes, and in that case, the nakshatra of Purva Phalguni becomes very generous. It's where we give a lot of energy. It's where we give the wealth back to the kingdom so that the kingdom is wealthy, not so, rather than take the wealth from the kingdom so that we become personally wealthy. And you want to ponder that as a metaphor in your life. You have to be a metaphor of generosity. The first nakshatra in Leo, Magha, is where we're sitting on the power, sitting on the throne, and we all have a certain amount of power that we are entitled to and that we know we have. Now what we do with that has a lot to do with Purva Phalguni, and that's, do we keep saying, I'm the one who's important, I'm the one who's powerful, give me the wealth, give me the stuff, or do we say, I'm already powerful, I want to empower everyone, I want to give, and I want the kingdom to flourish, which means I want, the whole world to flourish, and I don't need to prove that I'm the one who's the authority because I'm already established in it. An example of the negative quality of Purva Phalguni and the god Bhagha, the god of delight, would be like a king who is just kind of lazy, and his father was king and his father before him, and he just feels entitled, and then he just sits around, fat, eating grapes with concubines and making sure that his henchmen carry out his marching orders and protect his little fortress. Well, that game is short-lived, and eventually those kings get overthrown and those kingdoms go into ruin and peril. And this is a metaphor for our life as well. Hanging on to every little scrap of power through the ego, or scrap of, pride that we get, or accomplishment, and like, yes, this is me, I'm so great, and just have it feed that small, narcissism, rather than have that just be something that is integrated, and then we share the power, which is we share it in a graceful way, in a gracious way. And so how we handle the power and where we get our delight in life from the power we have has a lot to do with this Purva Phalguni principle. So when planets are there, that's often a theme. Do we delight in being the powerful one, or do we delight in empowering others with the strength that we have? So it's a very interesting question, and Purva Phalguni Nakshatra has that quality of being generous. Like, for instance, my guru Amma has planets in Purva Phalguni. She's like the hugging saint. She hugs everybody. So it can be very affectionate, kind of hugging sort of energy, where we want to just give love and affection. Or it can be where we demand love and affection and attention. So this is that section of Leo that is empowered and can be either generous or self-indulgent with that power.